Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Inspired and Empowered Living TV show and podcast for a thriving business and life. We are now live on Thursdays at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, and my YouTube channel. And you can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, and of course, iHeartRadio. Join us so that you can awaken to your full potential, and join us for your secrets and strategies for success. And I see that we have Allie in the house. Hi, Allie. And what would your life look like if your business and life were aligned with your soul now and forevermore? And what would it be for you? So today we're going to be talking about empowered manifestation, creating a soul-aligned business and life for 2025. And today you'll discover practical tools and insights and strategies that will help you to live a life of clarity and confidence, and learn strategies for success and abundance, and how your intuition guides you to create the opportunities that resonate with your true self, and overcome limiting beliefs and emotions and step into your most empowered vision. Get ready to set clear intentions and take aligned action for your vision this year. Together, let's create a life and business you love. I'm your host, Nancy Deutsch, licensed clinical social worker, certified hypnotherapist, and intuitive business expert. And I combine my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to transform your life and your business. This show is not a replacement for therapy or counseling. It is for educational purposes only. So what my dream, my vision for this show moving forward is really helping you to create your inspired and empowered life. And part of that is creating your life, your relationships, your business on every level. You deserve to have that inspired and empowered life. And we're going to be talking about all different ways and tools and strategies to be able to keep going so that you are creating that. That's what I want for you. And of course, I would love to hear questions and comments. I love answering questions and want to hear your comments. You can, if you're live with us, definitely type them into the chat. If you're coming at another time, you can put them on my YouTube channel or on the Talk for TV or W4WN site. So I want to hear what your questions and comments are. So, first of all, let's talk about what is a soul aligned business and life. What does that really, really mean? And what it means is that when you have a soul aligned life and business, you feel, okay, your feelings are going to be really important to be your guideposts on the life and living that life that you desire, that you dream about, or that you wish you can create. And so those feelings, when you feel fulfilled, when you feel on purpose, when you feel peaceful or loving or joyful, that is when you know that you're in alignment with your soul. Your soul is speaking to you and through you through the feelings. Now, when you are feeling, if you're feeling frustrated or angry, or you're having or feeling unfulfilled, or you're feeling stuck, and you're like, what's next? Or what do I do? Or what do I want in my life? That is a signal to you that something needs to change. And learning how to make those changes is all part of what we're going to be doing on this show and what I want to share with you and help you in moving you forward, because that's what I want for you, is to have that inspired and empowered life and business. So, and I want to share with you a little about where I've been and what has happened for me. So, first of all, I'm so grateful to be where I am right now. I'm grateful to be doing this show and sharing my wisdom with you and talking to you and answering questions. I love my clients. I love the groups that I run. I have fun and I love that. And I'm so grateful that I have that. And it wasn't always that way. Years ago, I was in a job being a social worker in a Jewish community center. And I was feeling so stuck. I was so frustrated. And I was like, there's got to be something more. I knew that I felt like I always had visions of where I was meant to be going, but I wasn't going there. And I was like, is anything going to happen? And how am I going to make this happen? I had no clue. And all I knew is that I felt really frustrated and stuck, unfulfilled. And then but what was most important, and this is what I also really want you to know, is that I kept going and I kept working through all of the stuff that I needed to, all of my limiting beliefs, because those limiting beliefs and emotions were keeping me stuck where I didn't want to be. And I ended up clearing my energy, and I made a deeper connection with my soul, my what I call your higher self, my higher self, with a wise, unconditionally loving part of me. And I kept doing my personal growth work, my spiritual growth work. And as I kept doing that work and continued to clear those limiting beliefs and emotions, my life started changing. And now it didn't look like, oh, this is great. because what happened was I ended up losing my job because of budget cuts. And so I was like, oh no. But you know what? It was the best thing that could have happened for me because it gave me the chance and the opportunity to start anew. And what started happening was I started getting referrals to I've been a holistic psychotherapist for over 30 years, and I started getting referrals for counseling clients. And as I started getting the referrals, my business started growing. And it's been almost 20 years I've been in my own business. And I am so grateful that things unfolded. And this is what I really want you to know is that as you do your work, your personal growth work, your spiritual work, whatever you choose to call it, as you do your work, it opens the space for you to transform your life and to change and to move towards your dreams. And know it's a journey. Okay. So this is what I also want you to know, that it's a journey. It's a journey, a lifetime journey. And it all starts with clearing those limiting beliefs and emotions and being in the journey of alignment with your soul and tapping into your intuition so that you are tuning in to step by step what will lead you towards your life and business that will change your life and the lives of others. Because when you are in alignment with your soul, you feel that peace and the love and the joy, the happiness, and everyone around you, personally, professionally, feels it too. And you become a light and a force for good and change. And that's what this is about. So let's talk about manifestation strategies. What is it that you need to do in order to manifest that life and business? So, what I want to talk about is the first step. Let's talk about the steps. And your intuition is guiding you every step of the way towards that life, towards your life and business that will bring you the joy, the love, and the peace. And the first thing that's most important is for you to listen. Listen with your heart. And when you listen with your heart, what's really happening is your soul is speaking to you. And your soul speaks through the feelings, like I was saying before, and your soul speaks through the love that you feel and the connection that you feel with others. And your soul speaks to you when you start following the whispers. And I also want you to know that the intuition, okay, your intuition is comes through many ways. It comes through the feelings, like I said, it comes through knowings. How many of you have gotten that? Oh, yes, that's it. The aha, the knowing. You got it. That's how it comes. And it also comes through, some people can hear. That's called clairaudience. And when you feel or you get the gut feelings, clairsentience, the knowing that you are hearing, feeling, and really the knowing is claircognizance. And we have Misty in the house. Hey, Misty, so good to see you. We need to learn to listen and hear. We need to unblock so we can hear. Well, we're going to be talking more about that, Misty. So glad you're here. So glad to see you. So, and then, okay, so we have the feeling, clairsentience. The clairvoyance is the seeing. The knowing is claircognizance. The hearing is clairaudience. And there's so when you have your seeing or feeling or hearing or knowing, that's your intuition guiding you towards more of what you want. It's moving you in the direction, because your soul, when you're in soul alignment, it wants you to know. It wants to guide you. But like Misty said, it's learning to listen and hear or feel or sense or know that you're either on track or off track. And that takes practice and it takes work, but it can be done. We'll let you know. And also learning to unblock it. So listening and feeling what your heart, what your dreams are. And you may even want to go back to childhood. And I want you to think about, what did you want to do when you were a kid? Sometimes those answers, or a teenager, sometimes those answers are in those daydreams when you were a kid or a teenager. I'll give you an example. When I was a teenager, before I would go to sleep, I would remember like wanting to teach and speak about love. And I wanted people to know how important it was that we're all the same inside. And what it really is, it's about learning to love each other. And so my theme may sound a little different, but that's the bottom line. It's really all about love, because that energy of your soul, the core energy essence of the universe, is love. It's all about love. Now, I'm doing it in a different way than I did or I dreamed about when I was a teenager. But my heart, like, I wanted to speak, I wanted to teach. And sure enough, that's what I'm doing. So my teenager had a sense of what my destiny was. Now, it was a journey. It wasn't like, poof, I became a speaker. Because there was a time, and I've talked about this before, when I was in college, I took a speaking class and I was like, blah, 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 blah. I couldn't even speak. I was so scared of public speaking. Now I love it. And I'm not going to tell you that I wasn't nervous. Now it's really funny because I was like, oh, I'm not nervous. I mean, here, I've been doing this show for years, okay? But it was a new time, a new audience, hopefully the same people, and new people are coming. And I could feel the nerves coming up. But you know what? The bottom line is, one of the things that I was thinking about was that ultimately this is about you, and that I wanted to serve. And that's what I want you to think about, is that what is it that you would want to do? What is it that your soul would love to do, and the joy that you would have? Now, some of you may be on the path. Some of you may already be doing it. Maybe you need tweaks. Maybe there's certain adjustments. Maybe you need total change. Wherever you are on the path, and it could be in your business, it could be in your relationships. And I will tell you, You cannot separate out your life from your business or from your work or professional life. You can't separate it out. They go hand in hand. And what's happening at home is going to affect your work, your body, everything. It's all connected. That's what being holistic is. Body, mind, emotions, and spirit. It's all connected. So coming back, listening, feeling, knowing, what is your soul wanting you to know? What are your dreams about your professional life, your business? What are your dreams about the kind of relationships you want? Not only romantic relationships, but friendships, co-working relationships, whatever it is what is it that you desire? What kind of health do you want? Because health is crucial too. We need to have healthy body, healthy mind in order to keep moving on our soul's path. And so, thinking about what you're feeling, sensing, knowing. So that's step one. Now, step two is all about creating a list of intentions. Once you're listening and feeling and tuning in to what your soul wants for you, then the next step is to create a list. Now, don't do more than 3 intentions. And I also want to be really specific that intentions are different than goals. Okay. So when you have an intention is a guideline. It's how you want to live your life. Or, like, for example, an intention would be, I intend to create prosperity in 2025. Or I intend to create wealth in 2025. And a goal is more specific. A goal is you break down the steps. So let's say you want to create prosperity. How much a month do you want? 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. How much do you want a year? Or how much do you want weekly? So the intention is an arch. Like, I look at it, if you can imagine an umbrella, and an umbrella is your intention. And again, you want 3 intentions, and you want them to be I am statements. So I am creating prosperity, a prosperous life. Now, it doesn't only have to be money, because an abundant or prosperous life could mean that you're feeling so much peace and joy, and you're sharing it with loved ones and friends and family, and you feel so abundant. That's part of being abundant or prosperous. Prosperous can be more money, but it could be many types of prosperity. So what are your intentions? Pick 3 intentions for this year. I am creating a healthy body. I am healing and healthy in 2025. I am creating loving and joyous relationships that in my life, in my work, in every area of my life, I am creating loving and joyous relationships. And then again, the goals become more specific, but let's start with the intentions. Okay. And so you want 3, again, no more than 3, because you do not want to overwhelm your nervous system. Okay. So, and then top 3 intentions, and then start asking yourself, what is the reason why I want this? So for example, let's say I intend to create abundance and prosperity in 2025. Why do you want that? Well, I really want abundance and prosperity because I want to have more freedom in my life. I want to have freedom to go and do and have more joy or different feelings. Or I want abundance and prosperity so I can give back to my community or give back to the people that I feel very passionate about helping. Or you want abundance and prosperity because you want to put your kids through college. I mean, it could be like start thinking about what is it, why do you want what you want? Because as you understand the whys, it actually helps spur you to move you forward with your manifestation work. So think about the whys, okay? Now, when you think about your intentions, I am going to support you with each of the 3 intentions. What's one action step that you can take towards this intention? Now, when you break it down to one action step, it may be a goal. Like, but here's the thing, you may want to break it down into tasks. I call it chunking down, because if you have a big thing that you're working on manifesting, you want to make sure you put it into bite size. You can't eat an elephant all at once. You have to eat it one bite at a time. And I love elephants. Okay. So maybe that's not the best example, but whatever. So you get the drift of what I'm talking about. One bite at a time. Okay. So you want to chunk it down. So you're taking one step at a time. And what I want to remind you is that a baby step, it doesn't have to be a big step or quantum leap step. It can be a baby step, because your baby steps are still going to get you through the door, or get you to every step you take moves you closer to your either goal or intention. And that's why taking those actions step by step, and even if it's a baby step, that's what counts most of all. Okay. So really know that you don't have to be perfect. Okay. A lot of times people do not take actions because I want to get this perfect. I want to make sure that I've got it all done before I start. But what happens is, if you don't start and you don't take even a step or a baby step, it will stay in your head. It will see, action is crucial, and action is a crucial piece of the manifestation process. So you want to take a step. Now, if you're feeling, okay, this is really important. And this is also talking about what Misty was saying, is if you are feeling blocked and you're like, I really want to take a step, but I can't. I don't know how. I feel paralyzed. And you may not even realize it's because you want to be perfect. You may not even realize it may be hanging out in your subconscious mind. So let me do a quick Psych 101 that I like to, so that we're all on the same page. Okay. First, you have your conscious mind, and your conscious mind is the part of you that is tuning in today. So thank you, conscious mind of yours. So whether you're tuning in live or you're tuning in at another time, thank you, conscious mind. And your desire to change, to heal, to grow, to transform your life and your business, that is your conscious mind making that conscious decision. Okay, I'll get to you. I see your question, Misty. I'll get to it shortly. And so your conscious mind, okay, your conscious mind is that part that makes those decisions, and it is the part that empowers you, okay? The subconscious mind is that part of you from the moment you were conceived to present time that was recorded every moment that you have been alive. And in those recordings are positive things, and they're also your limiting beliefs and emotions. They're all stored like a computer. Okay, remember your subconscious mind is like your computer. Okay, and we have in our programs, we have limiting beliefs and emotions. And so your job is to discover and uncover what those limiting beliefs and emotions are so that you can then transform and heal them. You cannot transform and heal something you don't know. And I also want you to know that in their subconscious mind, it could include your ancestors' limiting beliefs and emotions or trauma, and even past lives. I'm all about the soul. And when we're talking soul, we're talking this lifetime, we're talking ancestors, and we're talking past lives. Okay. So learning and understanding that is all part of your journey, your manifestation journey. So learning to clear your energy. And then I also want to talk about your superconscious mind. And your superconscious mind is the universe and your soul that is there for the asking, and a part of you called your higher self. And everyone has a higher self, whether you realize it or not. It's that wise, unconditionally loving part of you that's there for the asking. And so your higher self, your soul, the universe, angels, guides, beings of light, all of it there for the asking. And so they are here to help you. So you have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your superconscious mind. And all of those three minds are crucial pieces in the manifestation process. So let me get to Misty's question. Misty, what's your question? Can anyone manifest something, and how long does it take to make a manifest work? Okay. So first of all, I also want you all to know that we are manifesting all the time. But most of the time, unless you're really conscious and clear about what you want to manifest, you may be manifesting the things that either you don't want, or your subconscious part of you is manifesting. And then you're like, oh, why did I do this? Or, oh, no. So what happens is, first of all, I really believe that what you want to be manifesting when you're in that soul alignment, you're working on manifesting, and you're in that alignment with your soul. Now, sometimes what happens is we think we want something. Your ego, that part of you that's like, oh, I really want this. I really want this. But it wasn't really your soul. It was your ego thinking, oh, that's what I wanted. And so how do you know the difference? Sometimes you don't always know the difference until the manifestation happens. And I also want you to know that sometimes, now there's never a wrong manifestation, never, okay? Because even if you manifest something that you don't want, but you didn't know that you didn't want it until after it happened. And then you learn. Then you learn like, oh, okay. Oh, like for example, let's say you want a certain relationship and you're thinking, this is the relationship of my dreams. And then you realize you get into the relationship with this certain person and they are not the relationship of your dreams. But you needed to experience that. It was an important part of your experience in order for you to know this isn't what you do want, that you do want. Okay, so Rowan, I've been trying to manifest something for over 10 years and nothing yet. Okay, so what I want to support you all in knowing is, depending on what it is you're working on manifesting, it may, and this is answering your question too, Misty, is it may be, depending on what the manifestation is and your frame of mind. Because if you want to manifest something, and I talk about this, I want you all to imagine a target, okay? And your manifestation is the bullseye. And your conscious mind wants to manifest the bullseye. But what happens is, you're not even realizing it, but there may be limiting beliefs and emotions that will block that manifestation from happening. Now, the manifestation may be something where you can clear maybe one limiting belief and an emotion, and poof, it happens. Or, Rowan, it may be something, if it's a big manifestation, there it may be part of your journey to be able to keep healing and moving towards that manifestation. And I really want to support you that if it's a manifestation of your soul, you can't always put a time frame on it. It is a journey. Okay. And I'll go back to what I was talking about, like being a speaker. I had gotten these dreams as a teenager. All right. But when I was in college, there was like, yeah, I wasn't going to be a speaker because I was terrified. But what happened, and this is how the journey of life unfolds. And I kept following the guidance, and I ended up getting the job at a Jewish community center, and it was part of my journey. It was part of my path. And I started doing speaking. It just started happening. I mean, I had been in the job and I had to make announcements. That was part of the job. So I had to get over the fear of public speaking. And it was a journey and it was a process. So it's clearing the limiting beliefs, clearing the emotions, and also taking the steps, moving towards. Maybe it's practicing, taking actions. And so depending on what you want to manifest, it could be a few hours, it could be a few days, weeks, months, or years. And no, I remember reading something from this quote from Marianne Williamson. And I'm not quoting it exactly, but Marianne Williamson is a wonderful thought leader, and she's really, I love her. She's great. Anyway, she said something like, even if it takes years and years, in fact, the longer the manifestation takes, the sweeter it is when it manifests. So what I want to support you all in remembering is that even if the manifestation is not happening in the time you think it happens, it's part of the journey that you need to have. That's part of what you're learning in this lifetime as a soul. And that as you continue taking the steps and moving towards your dreams and your goals, you are moving towards the manifestation. And sometimes I also want a couple other things. Sometimes the manifestations, you may be like your intuition may guide you to a book or to call a person, and it may totally look like, why am I doing this? I don't get it. But the universe knows. Your intuition is guiding you for a reason that you may not know. And it may not be a straight line up the mountain, but a total detour. And even the detours may be part of the journey. Are part of the journey, not may, are part of the journey. And your detour, or even though it may be taking longer than you think it should take, this is about learning that there's a divine timing. And certain pieces of the puzzle need to happen before the manifestation can take place. And so know that it is a journey. So, to answer both of your questions, it can take a long time, depending on what you're manifesting. Now, when you're moving towards a business or your life's work, your life's purpose, that's not like, and you may have stops along the way towards that purpose or that business or that journey. Look, I was a holistic psychotherapist for a very long time. And then what started happening was I started getting guided that I needed to move more towards coaching. And now I'm in that journey. So I didn't know that back then. When I started out almost 20 years ago, I had no clue that I was going to end up doing this. I just kept following the steps. And sometimes we don't always know the steps, how it unfolds. That's why it's important to just take it step, 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 step. Okay. So, learning to understand the clearing so that you can unblock anything that would keep you from the manifestation. And what I'm going to do is we're going to continue this episode. We're going to continue talking about this in a part 2, because there are more steps that I want to share with you, more things about unblocking. And so what I want to remind you is first thing is to take time to quiet yourself and listen to your heart. Because it is through your heart your soul is speaking. And allow yourself to listen to your heart and know that you are being guided, even though it may not always feel like it. Even in the times when you're feeling frustrated or angry or feeling off track or stuck, unfulfilled, those are the messages to help you get back on track. And that's making that conscious decision. What step can I take to get me towards, again, that peace, the love, joy, and gratitude of my soul? So what step or action can I take to get me towards the peace, the love, the joy, the gratitude of my soul? So that's a question that I want you to ask yourself right here, right now. And then, once you know what your wants and your desires are, to create that list of intentions. No more than 3 intentions. List those intentions. I am statements of what you want in 2025. What is it? Just start with 2025. What is it that you want? What are your dreams? What are your desires? And then you want to break it down. What's the why? Why do you want it? And take one action towards that intention. So that's what I want to support all of you in working on this week. And then we'll talk more next week about how to keep moving forward in the manifestations so that you're in a soul alignment and you're having empowered manifesting, conscious creation of your life and your business. And join me next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern on talk4tv.com, w4wn.com, my YouTube channel, and we're on iHeart, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, Amazon, and many other podcast sites. And I really want to wish you an inspired and empowered night and an inspired and empowered week. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.